What's up, everybody? Bike Builder Bear in the house. Just wanted to say hello, God bless, and I finally got a long coming comparison for you. I finally ran into a stock Honda Grom, ran into a gentleman in Thousand Oaks, California, checked out his bike real quick, and I can tell you now for a fact that comparably, besides nuts and bolts and the name, there's not too much different between the clone and the Chinese clone. I mean, now that I've actually put my hands on one, putted it around the parking lot, you know what I mean, and I can say that this bike was never ridden hard. This bike was very dirty. It wasn't, it's not a abused motorcycle, but it's not taken care of. It's just ridden as a stock motorcycle simply for transportation, and I have nothing amazing to say about it except for it was a Honda and it has a fuel injected Honda motor. Beyond that, there's no distinguishable difference between a Chinese clone and the Honda, and that's just the way it is. You can dispute, you can cry, you can scream, but the fact is the frame is the same gauge metal, it's the same sloppy welds, it's the same bearing cups, it's literally the same. The lower half of the frame, the dimensions are changed a little bit to fit the case of the different motors, but that being said, it's still the same, because you can literally, with not much modification, stuff the Honda motor into the clone frame. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It wouldn't be hard. There is also a slight difference between the swing arm swivel point. You know, there's a little bit of difference there, and I don't know why it's changed, but even switching the parts, it's easy to modify and get clone made parts to fit on the Honda and the Honda parts to fit on the clone. It's simple mechanics. So, you know, as someone that has ridden motorcycles ever since I was a little kid, like, I can tell you that the clone motor, now that I've ridden it and I've put extensive miles and I've beat on it, the clone that they copied from the 70s 154 stroke motors. So let's take this pause real quick to look at my bike and show you the similarities and the slight differences. Let's check this out. So right off the bat, it's the same boogery welds, the same gauge metal, the same cups, literally plastic sleeve cups. I mean, there's subtle differences in the hardware quality, but not much. I mean, even in the frame, like, my bike is dirty as shit right now, but it, you know, the Honda doesn't bolt up here. Where that hole is where the Honda would bolt up. The motor crankcase is slightly different compared to this older Honda style design that's been slightly modified over the years to fit the needs of the customer and the manufacturer. You know, and being bolted right there and right there by the Honda, that's not a bad idea, because if you think about the geometry of the chain and the way that the chain yanks, you know what I mean? That's actually pretty smart. But the way that I've gusseted my frame and fixed everything on this, there's no comparison. No comparison. This bike doesn't rattle and shake. It's sturdy, solid, and ready to go. Not only that, the plastic quality is the same. I mean, this plastic, the plastic on the stock Speedo is the same. The quality of everything from the stock bike of the Honda. It's the same quality. There's no distinct difference. Motor, now that I've ridden it and I've put extensive miles and I've beat on it, the clone that they copied from the 70s 154 stroke motors and 75, you know, all the way, it's the same case and platform with different transmission adaptations. There's automatic clutch 3 speeds, there's fully automatic, you know, single speeds. There's a whole range of Hondas that had this motor style that turned into the pit bike. And the reason why the clone is hands down, you know what I mean, gonna be just as good as the Honda is because they cloned it off an old Honda design. You know, it's not made by Honda Corporation, but this platform, this style has been worked out over, let's see, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, over 40 decades, that, you know, this motor, that people that are building these things have had time to go, gotta fix that, gotta improve this, that's gotta be thicker. So if you try to say that the motor in the clone is no good or they're just complete shit, that's a lie. That is bull. That is completely untrue. Because here's the fact, these pit bikes, the clones, it's built off something that is tried and true, that was developed by Honda in the early 70s, and it works, you know, and there's been lots of improvements. So to say that it is no good is completely wrong. That's just lying to yourself and everybody else. Now, can I say for sure that if you put it on a stand and you heat and stress tested it, would it last as long as the Honda? I don't know, because I haven't done that. I haven't done a dry crankcase, you know, high RPM test, you know, on 2 of those motors side by side, you know, in a controlled facility. But I can tell you this. People have been riding these for a long time and buying these for a long time, and the companies that make these things like improving, because the word goes around, it spreads from people, and people will be the best spokesperson for stuff that continues to work. And from what I'm seeing is, besides phantom errors and stuff that you just can't control, it's going to happen anyways, which still happens with Hondas and every other type of motorcycle. There's, I mean, even Harleys. There's Harleys that come out of, you'll spend $38,000 and the motor's bad from the factory. You know, that M8 motor was made so quick, you know what I mean, so automated and this and that, it just, and they have an exceptional rate of failure, you know what I mean, that they have insurances to subsidize to where when you bring it back, it's already covered, you know. And so when the dealer's giving you shit, oh, this is going to cost a lot, it's already covered. They've anticipated it long. We're the jackass. We're the ones that are getting stiffed. But I'm ranting. So back on the Honda to clone comparison, I thought that I would see a jump in quality on the hand controls, the speedometer, the plastics. Nothing was a step above than the clone. And now that I've done massive improvements to my bike, like just using common sense and basic mechanic skills to improve plastic mounting parts, all the way to I've gusseted my frame and retrofitted my frame to where the frame on my bike is solid as a rock. I'm ready for stunt riding. And my bike is actually a lot higher level than my riding level. I need to get off my butt and start putting hours in on that seat and do more wheeling, do more practicing of the things that I aspire to do. You know, so that being said, the frame, the hardware, the electrical, the quality of the seat, the quality of the grips, the quality of the stock handlebars are of the same quality that comes on the stock Chinese clone. It is head scratching stupid, like how they're twin brothers. The Chinese clone and the Honda, they're brother in arms, and to separate them, I think, is actually kind of being a jerk. And I'm going to stop that, because they're basically, and what I found out is they're actually manufactured, they're put together in the same damn factory in Thailand. Okay, so the motors and some of the parts come from Japan, you know, for the Honda, and then motors and stuff come for the clone from China, and that's how they get away with doing that stuff. Except what the difference is the Honda gets shipped back to Japan and then gets brought over here, so it gets actual petroleum products inside the motor cases and inside the brake reservoirs and stuff. But the Chinese ones, because they come from the mainland of China or whatever the heck, distributing from over there, you get fish oil and everything. You know, that's one of the discrepancies. But literally, you put these bikes side to side, they're the same. And the gentleman told me that his bike, it doesn't do over 51 miles an hour. Period. From the day that he bought it brand new off the showroom floor to the day now, it does the same speed. It's always done the same speed, 50 miles an hour, 51 going downhill. That's it. My bike does near 70 miles an hour. Now, again, I'm not talking crap about the Honda. I have knowledge to do extraordinary things with what I have. Okay? I have that mind, and anybody could do that. So anybody could do the same thing with a Honda and probably make it better. Put nitrous and turbos and all that. So, but there's nobody on a Honda could step on a guy on a clone and go, your clone is insufficient because of the name on it. That is poo-poo. So that's where I'm ending the debate, is both the Chinese clone and the Honda are exactly the same. Neither is better. Then I'm also going to announce that this is probably going to be one of my last videos, except for if I get a wild hair up my ass. I'm going to be moving all my videos and everything to Rumble. And the reason why is YouTube has turned itself into a Jeffrey Epstein, you know, Che Guevara, you know, Mao Zedong, communist, weird, pedophile utopia. And I'm not talking about the creators. I'm talking about the entity YouTube. They will rip my videos down of me popping a 2-foot high wheelie on my Harley, barely learning how to clutch up the front end, because I don't have a disclaimer. Or they'll pull down or copyright videos that have 10 seconds of music in a fair open trade. I'm not even trying to play the whole songs, and I'm not trying to make money, but they will censor, shadow ban, pull my stuff because of the way I vote and my beliefs. So I'm going to go to Rumble. The reason why I'm going to go to Rumble is because I'll be able to do everything I want and be a creator, and I won't be hindered because of my politics and the color of my skin and my lack of community pride. Okay? Even if my stuff doesn't have anything to do with that stuff, or with Orange Man Bad or anything, they shove my shit down. I have a video with over, I think, 14,000 views or so. Hold on. I know that I got one that has close to 8,000 views and it has like 10 likes. Statistically, that is fucking retarded. I should at least have 1 like for every 100. Which would be eight views. But there's not even, it's like not even that. Okay, I should have at least one view for every 20, or one like, one thumb up for every 20 views. I post stuff that people like watching, even though my video is stupid and minuscule. I talk about a subject that millions of people are on, which is small bikes. So yeah, I'm going to Rumble. I'm going to start creating on Rumble. That way my little music clips don't get me shoved down, my content doesn't get me shut down, and then I'm also not being attacked. Because that's another thing that YouTube has done, is YouTube is working with the government to just attack people in the mindset of, give me a ham sandwich and I could find the crime. In other words, like the Diesel Brothers, Fun Factory, Chad McFarlane, there's all kinds of stuff like that where they're putting out content that's completely legal, and yeah, they might be doing a couple of things here and there that would be considered breaking the law, but they're not hurting anybody. They're not doing this stuff maliciously. They are doing it in a microcosm that hurts nobody, but because their lack of melatonin and their lack of community pride and their lack of stepping in lockstep with the machine and the brainwashing, they have to be seeked out, spread out all their stuff, IRS, investigations, EPAs, to give me the man, I'll find the crime mentality. No, we are American citizens. We're supposed to promote this stuff, and the stuff that we promote makes more money, makes more revenue, makes more happy people that make more shit. So I'm done with YouTube. I'm done with YouTube. I'm done with a platform that just because of who I am wants to put me on a lower platform, wants to put me in the undermention. So no thanks to YouTube. I'm going to Rumble. I wish that more promoters like Cruzy's Originals, Unknown Industries, we need promoters on Rumble. YouTube is communistic asshole. So anyways, I'm sorry about my profanities. I hope you like this video. Please like, please subscribe. You know what? Forget all that. Please go to Rumble. Don't like, don't subscribe. If anything, please go to Rumble and help me start my new videos over on Rumble, and hopefully I'll be able to mirror some of this stuff over there in the future. Anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. God bless. Peace.